Hello and welcome to this new Blender tutorial. My name is Michael Novello, and in this video tutorial I want to show you how you do plasma streaks in Blender. What it's look like I can show you. One moment, I have to zoom it a little bit up. I have it done one time, and this will be the result. So put this away, and now let's begin. We need a sphere. Okay, first of all I start the screencast keys so you can see what I'm doing here. First you have to delete the default cube. Default cube is a really poor thing. Every time he shows up he gets deleted. He tries it every time, but he gets deleted. Okay, and the default lamp as well. And we switch to cycles here. Go to the world settings and we use nodes and we turn the color to black. Okay, now we have to add a sphere, a UV sphere. We smooth it and we add a subdivision surface modifier to it, only to get a perfect sphere. Then we go to the front view, put the camera in here and zoom a little bit in. Okay, now we need the plasma streaks. We need a circle. We don't have to fill it, so in the fill type go to nothing, and then we scale it a little bit up like this. Go in the edit mode and we do an extrusion and we scale it down a little bit, and we will do this 3 or 4 times. Okay, now we have a circle, a band, and we do one subdivide to all of the vertices, only to have a little bit more control what we are doing now. We are going to proportional editing. We enable proportional editing, and then we go to the proportional editing fall off, we go to random. Then we select one vertex and we put it up, another one we put down, another one we put up, down, up, one more time. Now let's put it up and put this down. Okay, and I think that's cool now. Yeah, a little bit more extreme. Let's look to the camera. Okay, we have to do it a little bit more, so we move the camera a little bit to the epsilon axis, so now we can see it a little better. And then do in the object mode do smooth and add a subdivision surface modifier with rendering 3. Can see in the view 2. Okay, and do a little bit more extreme. So now we have a little bit of swirling on the band, so I think that's like plasma behaves. It's just a random setup. Okay, now we are switching to our node editor, but first we have to put the material on the circle band, so we need an emission material, and this emission go to 50 and we put in there a red color. Then we go to the node editor and we need some transparency in the emission in this object. So we are going to add a transparent node, shader node, transparency, transparent shader. We add a mix node, shader mix node, put it here, and connect this to here. And then we need a second color, a second emission color. This time we do a little bit lighter red, so like this. And then to get a little bit of a fall off, we need a Fresnel node. It has we need the edges to be glowing, and the rest is I want it diffuse. It has to glow, but not that strong. We go to input to Fresnel and put a value in here like 1.1. Then add another mix shader, and this mix shader will receive the vector from our Fresnel. The first will be our first emission color, and then the second emission color. And then we put another transparent shader in here to get the transparency overall. Another mix shader, and the vector 0.5, it's okay. Top, put the emission nodes, and here the transparency node, and go to the material, delete this, and that's our material. We have to here push up a little bit the strength to 15, and now we can go to the 3D view, and let's see in the preview rendering what are we getting. As you can see, our plasma is glowing, and our Trio has no material, so it's a little bit strong, so do a material for the CO2, new material, glossy, and 0.5, and let's see it again, or let's do it like this, split the screen, split it again. Here we go to the 3D view, and here we go to our rendered mode. So it's beautiful glowing, and then we copy this and we rotate in epsilon a little bit, like this, scale a little bit up, not scale, down like this. Okay, let's rotate a little bit more. Okay, and now we have two of these bands, but I want this band in another color, so I click here and I call it plasma blue, and then we go to the node editor and we change the colors to blue, one deep blue, and this to a lighter blue, like this. And if you want, you can duplicate this one more time and rotate it in epsilon in another direction. Let's do it like this. And then we give it another material. We click here again. We type in here plasma, so green. And put a green in here, and here lighter green, and I think that's cool. Now we want to get a little bit more of the glow. We want to have a little bit of blur here, so we switch to the compositing node here. But at first we have to once a time we have to do one render before we get any results in compositor, because the compositor needs a rendered layer. So we render it one time. Okay. Now we can switch to the press escape, and we can click here use nodes, backdrop, and to view the result we have to add a view node, an output viewer. Control and shift, you can see your render result. Then we put in here, we put a blur, filter blur, a fast Gaussian blur. Let's do 20 and 20. Let's put our image in here, connect it with the viewer node, and beautiful. So let's do now a little bit of light streaks. Go to filter, glare, and we put it in here, and we have now light streaks. We have glowing on the outline glowing. It's looking really good. Looks better than my first image, but it's just the same settings, and it depends how you form your plasma streaks, how dense they are, and how swirly they are, and how they are overlapping. So it looks really nice now. I'm fascinated. Blender always surprised me. So now we need to put this together. We don't want this. It's a cool looking effect, but we don't want this so much, so intense. So let's put a multiply node in here. We go to the color mix nodes, and in the color mix, and put it to multiply. And then we put the blur here and our render layer here, and we go to view node, and now let's have a look how it is. Okay, we have to put it 1.5 here. So now, okay, that's too much, so we have to mix it, not to. Okay, that's wrong. This one goes here. Oh, sorry for that. I'm so excited, so I forgot to connect my original image. As you can see, it's a really cool effect. I can load this effect a little bit more. and I think one more time. 0.3 will do it this time. Okay, I think that's looking really cool. It's looking much better than my first attempt. Now we have the result. We can go to the camera view, and we can. It would be really cool if this goes this way, and this one goes this way. Now I have to maybe scale it a little bit down, one in the epsilon, so it doesn't overlap so much. So now let's try it again. Let's do a render and see what the result is. Okay, and now let's connect our mix node to the compositor, and as you can see, it's a real cool and nice effect. What we can do to get a better result, not these sharp edges, maybe we can add another blur in here, and we do first Gaussian, some relative, and only 2%. Let's try it. Oh, that's too much. Let's try 0.5. 0.5. Yeah, that's much better. Now the streaks are glowing, are really beautiful. It looks like plasma. So guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial like me. It's the first time I'm getting surprised by a result. I think I put my first image in the trash, and I like this. It's beautiful. It's beautiful to work with Blender. You get results you don't expect from software for free. So do yourself a favor and do a favor to the Blender organization, the Blender Foundation. Buy their tutorials, buy their videos, buy the films, to help them to get Blender more improved, or to just a donation to them, or buy something in the shop. I normally don't do this. I don't say go and buy this, but this is a non-commercial software, and it's for free, and there's a lot of work in there in this software, and it's an amazing piece of software. You have everything. You have 3D editor, you have nodes, you have video editing, you have motion tracking, all of this in one software, and this is really amazing. I work with Cinema 4D too, but Cinema 4D is really expensive, okay, it costs a lot of money if you want the big version, the great version, the studio version. It costs about 3,000 euros, or a little bit more if you need real flow, and you get all of this in Blender, and Blender is a good start to take a step in the 3D world. For sure, Cinema 4D is a little bit more improved in some details, but as example, I do my modeling, I do it all in Blender. And if the customer needs a Cinema 4D file, I model it in Blender, import it in Cinema 4D, and then I work with Cinema 4D. Nearly in all my workflows in 3D, Blender is involved. So go and help them and donate, buy something or something like that. Okay, that's it. Thank you for watching, and if you like this tutorial, please like it or subscribe my channel. I think I will do more English tutorial in the future, but for now you have to excuse my bad English. I'm on it to improve it, my grammar, my pronouncing, and so that's it. See you guys next time. Bye.